Hi everyone, it's Kiki Halbert here today, and today I'm here with a layout for Stretch the Sketch for July. I hope that you'll watch all the videos that are linked below in my description box as we take this 12 by 12 sketch and turn it into something a little different. So today I am completing one of my first ever 12 by 12 double layouts. This is a big deal for me because if you know me, I don't do double layouts. I don't do two layouts. No way. I'm a 12 by 12 girl and smaller, but not bigger. So this is a big deal for me. So here's the sketch that we were going to use up in the left-hand corner, and you can see the credits there if you need to find where this comes from. And so I decided to turn this into a double 12 by 12 layout. And to start this off, I'm going to be using quite a bit of mixed media. I shouldn't say quite a bit. I'm going to be using mixed media. I'm going to be using some shimmer brushes from Close to My Heart, and I'm using them in different colors to actually create this sort of splotchy, fun background. Because the pictures that I'm going to be posting are doing on the layout are actually of my latest sweetheart, our newest puppy, Gorda. And so I pulled out my kit that I had from Photoplay called Dog Lover, and then I also got some new fun stamps and thin cuts from Close to My Heart called I Woof You. I love that. I love that. It's so cute. It's like ridiculously cute. So because the stamps from Close to My Heart were sort of cartoony, they really go really well with this kit. So I loved it. And then I'm just going to make this splattery background, and I'm going to add some little things like the little dogs. I'm going to add some bones on there. There is also a stamp that says Bow Wow, like just so stinking adorable. And I'm not one who usually likes the cartoony kind of things. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't have any doodlebug on my pages. I'm just not that sort of cutesy, but this kit just worked out so well because it matches the dog's personality. So here what I'm doing is I am seasoning the stamp, because it's brand new, on the back of my hand, and that way I will get a good solid print from the stamp. And I'm using the Close to My Heart Sundance yellow, and it's a really nice golden yellow, and it works really well with this kit because the kit has some golden yellows and some oranges, and so I just love that that it worked out really well. So this kit's sort of half and half of like Photoplay and Close to My Heart. So I'm just going to make these little bones, stamp them down on the page. The first couple ones, like it's been a while since you've been in the craft room when you start stamping things on the opposite side of the stamp. Yeah, so I did that. I'm not worried though, because a lot of it's gonna end up being covered up anyhow. But I wanted to have like the little yellow bones on the page. And then I'm also going to, as I said, I'm going to use this the little stamp that says Bow Wow. Really cute. So I'm going to do that in black, and it's just like super cute. And I'm just going to scatter it around different sides of the page, different areas, just to start like with a little mixed media background, kind of my own background paper. And the sketch actually uses 3 pieces of patterned paper, and then the photos, and then embellishments. And so what I decided to do was create my own sort of interesting looking background, stretching this sketch into a double layout. I wanted there to be enough interest on the background page, on the base, so that it would not look too sparse. So what I did is I took this Photoplay paper and I've cut it down to 6 inches by 10 inches. And I'm going to do that with some of the other papers as well. I'm just eyeballing this, comparing it to the sketch, because I just know that, I want to overlay the papers, but I don't want to have too much white space. And the way that I'm stretching out the sketch, I'm not actually going to have all of the papers connect. So I'm going to have sort of a base on the right and a base on the left, and then just one paper that continues through. So you'll see how I do that. So right now I'm thinking like, okay, so do I want the layered papers to be across the middle? You know, how am I going to do that? So I'm just kind of playing around, but I do know at least that these are the papers I want to work with. This one's super cute. It says woof many times over, and it's just a nice, I thought that having the craft paper in between the woof and then the next paper would be a good break for the eye, because the next paper is like busy too. So you've got like a paper with icons, you've got craft with like tone on tone, and then you have a text page, text, excuse me, ugh, words are not easy today. A text paper that that repeats the colors, but is definitely a smaller print. So if you're new to playing with pattern papers, it's always a good idea to have a small print balanced by something that is large or subtle, and not have them one on top of the other either, because it balances it out for the eyes. Otherwise it's just too busy. Now what I'm doing is I'm just taking, so this was a card that was actually part of the kit, and there's a circular embellishment journal spot that's in the sketch, and what I decided is I was just going to cut using a mug. I do have circle dies from Close to My Heart, but they're just not big enough. So I decided to use a mug that I had, and I'm going to, I cut that in so that it would fit. It doesn't matter that it's not entirely round, because it actually gets tucked under one of the photos. So I hope that makes sense for you. And then here I am trying to figure out the placement of the papers. So you see what I mean? Like I tried putting that woof paper on top of the craft paper, and it was just like, whoa, it was an assault on the eyes, and you just don't want that. So what I did is I figured out, okay, I'm going to put the woof and the paw print paper, and I'm going to put it on each side, and then I'm going to take the 6x6 of the icon paper and split that across the layout. And that way there is a continuum, and there it's still a little broken up. I mean, if you look at my 12 by 24 layout, a lot of people do their layouts where the papers continue across both pages, pretty much all of the papers, or most of them. And I didn't do that. I kept the white background across, and then I'm taking the two sides and I'm meeting them across with a 6x6. Well, which really is like a 6x12. But it's on both sides, it's a 6x6 paper. So I figured that would sort of make more sense to the eye, make it a little bit more whimsical, and just a little bit more fun. And that way too, like I think that there's more focus on the photos rather than the paper placement, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm kind of going for, and I kind of like where the papers are and how they're laying across. And so I'm just going to start putting them down with the adhesive. I'm using a tape adhesive for this layout. So I'm just lifting things up and putting down the papers so that they don't move. I like where they are positioned. And even though they covered up a lot of the splats that I did put down, there's still enough on the sides that it kind of balances things out. So I hope that makes sense for you. So as I said, this is the Stretch the Sketch for July. There's a bunch of really talented ladies that are also doing the sketch this month, and you'll find their videos in the description box below. So make sure that you check them out, because they all have different ways of looking at the sketches, and I've already seen a couple of the layouts, and they did such an amazing job. But you never know. Sometimes people take the sketch and turn it into a traveler's notebook. I've taken sketches and turned them into 8.5 by 11s or 6 by 8s. I did a 6 by 8 double layout last month, and that was for my cat. So yeah, so check it out, because it definitely helps you to learn how to take the sketch and do something entirely different with it rather than just literally scrap lifting it. I tried to stick to the sketch as much as I could here. So you'll see that I've got that journaling spot down, that's the circle, and then I have my large photo of my dog. Now I don't want this to be 6x4 because it was going to stretch across the whole icon paper. So I do want the paper tucking out from behind the photo as well. And then I'm just going to choose a couple of 3x4s, and those are going to go on the other side of the page. And initially I thought that I was going to take 2 of the cute little close-ups of her, but I think what I'm going to do, or what I did on this particular layout, is I took the 2 pictures of her with my husband, which was that I took on Gotcha Day. Technically it wasn't Gotcha Day, because Gotcha Day was like at midnight the night before, and we got home at about 1 o'clock in the morning and put her out and introduced her to the dog, and by the time we got to sleep it was about 2 o'clock in the morning. It was just insanity, but it was a lot of fun regardless. You know, we were just really excited having a new little pup in our house. But yeah, so the next day we took some really fun pictures, and one is taken in the morning and the other is taken at night, and they're, you know, they're kind of getting used to each other, the 2 dogs. And she doted on my husband right away. She's just a really, really sweet puppy. She's about 5 months old now, and yeah, she's stolen her heart already. So here I have these little cutout dogs. These are the ones that I made with the stamp and the thin cut dies from Close to My Heart. Again, it's called I Woof You. So you can find that. I'll put a link down in the description box below to my store if you're interested in getting those in Canada. And if you do, I really appreciate you supporting my business. I do get a small commission if you do decide to purchase them. So thanks in advance, but don't feel any pressure. You can also get them from any consultant for Close to My Heart in the States as well. So this little one, I just thought they were just adorable. You know, the little dogs worked out really well. So I just found some cream cardstock and just decided to punch it, you know, put them down in black. And that way they're a little bit different from the stickers that are in the kit. This one here, the collars that runs across both pages, that one I decided to use. There was, in the sketch, there's like some journaling lines, and then there's also kind of chevrons that run across the bottom underneath the photos. And so what I decided to do is I used these the banners and the text, the little stickers that have the text, I am adopted, I love my dog this much, wet nose, warm heart, etc. And I decided to use those to replace the journaling spots. And then I'm putting the title up at the top of the page, and it's just going to be easy. It's going to be puppy. That's it. And then down at the bottom of the page, you're going to see how I replace those chevrons with something entirely different. But I'm still working with the sketch. And it just turned out really adorable. I was really pretty pleased with this. So I thought I would have enough space and that things look good. And then I ended up that I had too much room from the other side. So I moved the P over. Good thing it's not too crazy sticky. So there's the title. The title is Puppy. And then I start going on to the stickers and looking at what I can use. And some of the stickers I turn into die cuts by using an anti-static pouch, and that way it takes the stickiness off, and then I can just move them around the way I want to. But for the most part, I had a pretty good idea about where I wanted these stickers, and so I just decided to just put them down right away. So you'll see that I've got, like, here's the 3 little puppies, and I just thought they're so adorable. I love the little one that's like right by the journaling with the little bum in the air. It's just stinking cute, I'm telling you. And the photo play kit has so many cute stickers of puppies, of dogs, like just adorable. So I decided that that's what was going to replace the chevrons. And I think it turned out really well, actually. It turned out really cute because it's like this, there's this whole line of like little dogs playing underneath the photos. So I guess you can kind of say like I created my own puppy park. I don't know. But some of them I decide to pop up on foam tape, And some of them I decided to put right down onto the page just to create some extra dimension, some extra interest there. Excuse me. My asthma has been really bad lately with the air conditioning on and dealing with the heat waves. Oh, it's been crazy. I hope everybody's staying safe and that you're actually staying cool this summer and enjoying your time with your family and the summer, the fact that we have summer finally. But man alive, there are a lot of forest fires up here, and I think we're starting to get some of the smoke. Excuse me. Oh, mercy. Sorry about that. Anyhow, enough about that. So I'm going to put down these little puppies, and they're going to create this line that sort of replaces that chevron. And when I do that, initially I thought that's pretty much the embellishments that I was going to work with, but then I decided to add a few more little things and create just a couple of small clusters. So, but first off, I'm working with this foam tape, just getting the different items popped up. I think it works out really well with some of them at different levels. And then I also have like thin tape, and then I have thicker tape. So some of the items are actually, they're still popped up on foam tape, but they're not on the same level, if that makes sense. And then there's tons of little words at the bottom of the sticker page, like tons. I had a hard time choosing what I was going to do, so I did pick up the good girl because I wanted people to understand she's our girl. So she just, oh, she melts my heart. So I got that one. I put down the one that is, I'm adopted. I love my dog this much. Then I pull out another one. I'm going to create this little cluster up at the top right. And that one's going to have a variety of little things. There's going to be some word stickers. There's going to be some icon stickers. Some are going to be puffed up on foam tape. Some are not. And I just wanted to create like sort of a cute little cluster there. So in reality, even though these dogs are running all along the bottom, they're kind of leading the eye along, I find. And then you've got the journaling spot, and then there's going to be a sort of a cluster at the top right. And then I'm actually going to do a little cluster down at the bottom left. So you'll see me, I've got the little bone, I've got the food bowl. Yeah, so I pulled out different stickers that I thought would be really cute. And she is a rescue pup. We got her from Mexico. So she's our little, how can I put it now? She's our little, oh, sweetheart, our little señorita, that's come from Mexico. So she's having no problem with this weather whatsoever. Just, it's crazy. And then I've also got this cute sticker that says Dog Dad. And I've got some more that I put down, doggy kisses. Oh my goodness. Yeah, she's a sweet little thing. So we just put down all these little stickers, or I put down all these little stickers, popped up some, created little clusters with them. Normally, I like having like different embellishments on here too. Like I would add something more besides just stickers. I would do, enamel dots, or I would do rhinestones, or bling, or sequins, or flowers, things like that. But I wanted to keep it really kind of cute and relatively simple. And so that's why I decided to stick with like 2 clusters. The one in the right hand corner, the top right, the one in the bottom left, and then the string of the dogs at the bottom. I figured that was probably enough, especially since the icon paper kind of leads you across the page. And the photos, I just thought, they were super cute, and I wanted the focus to be on our little Gorda, our little cutie. So I'm just starting to put down these stickers with the foam tape at the top. And I've got a variety of foam tape, which is really nice. And I do like playing with it from time to time. I could have used glue, for some of the stickers. I found that the stickers are really sticky. This is actually it's the second time I've played with Photo Play. The first one I played with Cat Lover, and then this is the Dog Lover. I find the stickers are like super sticky. I don't know why I've avoided Photo Play for this long, but I'm really quite pleased with it. The patterns are actually really cute. They're not too cutesy, they're adorable, put it that way. And I'm not too much with like the little cutesy baby things, But this really tugged at me, and I thought, yeah, this is the perfect kit to do for Gorda's little gotcha day layout. So, and she just showed up. Daddy just brought her in from a walk, so she's excited. So you're going to see lots of photos of her over the next few weeks, because I'm taking tons of photos of her. And with the pandemic, it's the only pretty much cheery photos that I have right now. So trying to keep things very, very upbeat. So instead of using enamel dots, there's all these little different colored balls, like tennis balls that are in the sticker pack. So I decided to use those almost like you would enamel dots. And I love how it turned out. So I'm just journaling about this sweetheart and what she's like, and what her personality is like so far. I do want to make sure that I do enough layouts that I can sort of document how she changes as she grows up with us. Because I didn't do that with my dog, my older dog, Nanook, but I do want to do it with this little one, because she's just she's got us wrapped around her little paw, let me tell you. So I'm going to write the journaling down, and then I'm probably, I think I've got maybe some border. I think I'm going to do like a written border, stitch border around. And at the end of the video, you'll see some close-ups of some of the clusters, so that you can see them close up. I think I finally figured out what was going on with my phone trying to record this and getting the overexposure. So hopefully we won't have those problems like I did the last couple of videos. Yeah, so this has been really a challenge for me, this double layout, because I'm not a double layout person. I would love to hear what your best tip is for double layouts. If you do 12 by 24, or two 12 by 12 layouts side by side. Because I don't do them often. Like I said, this is like my second one ever. Ever. The first one I did at a crop that was, years ago. Probably about 7 years ago. And so, yeah, so I'm out of practice, needless to say. And I mean, not that I practiced in the first place. I don't think having one before this is considered practice. But I would love to have your tips of what you really like seeing on 12 by 12 double layouts, and who your favorite person to watch on YouTube who does 12 by 24 or 12 by 12 double layouts. I'm also outlining the words puppy, just to get it to stand out a little bit more against the icon paper, and it just kind of goes along with sort of that handwritten border around the page. And that's about it for the layout. So I really thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing. And I hope that we'll see you soon. My next upcoming video, I think, is probably going to be another mixed media double take. But here's the close-ups. And I wanted to say thank you very much for supporting my channel. And I hope you're staying safe, having a fun summer. And we'll see you soon on my next video.